This is a $30 tent. Is it good? Is it crap? Let's find out. I'm Ryan Cunningham with Beyond the Tent, and this is the first look at the Ozark Trail 3-person dome tent. So I was walking down Walmart the other day and I saw this tent sitting on the shelf. I can't help, Ozark Trail sometimes has some good gear. So I'm just glancing at it, and it's a 3-person dome tent, and I noticed the price was $30. And that didn't make any sense to me. That's too cheap. I haven't seen a tent for $30 unless it was a little kid's tent for in their room to play in. So I couldn't help but think, is this a legit tent that we can buy and take and go camping? So I had to check it out. I've been basically camping as a full-time job since 2015, and I've camped in tents $70, $80, $90, $100. I've camped in tents up into thousands of dollar tents. I have never been in a tent that cost $30. In this video, we're gonna take this apart. We're gonna take a look at it, and we're gonna set it up and see if this is something that you can buy for $30 and take out and confidently spend the weekend in. So let's open this up and see what all we get for $30. All right, we have the instructions right here. A little gear pouch for inside the tent. We got our stakes. Doesn't come with any extras. It has four stakes in the bag. Here's our poles. Our rain fly. I can tell you right off the bat, that's a thin rain fly, but seems fine to me. It's taped with waterproofing tape. That's good. And here's our tent. All right. I mean, that's what I'd expect. I'm just $30 tent. Let's set it up and see how it looks.
The master at work, Ryan Cunningham in his natural habitat.
So we got the tent up. It took about 10 minutes, and I haven't even been inside it yet. But just overall first impressions, you know, for $30, it's got the seam seal tape on there and everything. It's, you know, it's no thinner or thicker than most other tents you'd find out there. I think a big spot where they saved money was the poles. These are about as plasticky and flimsy a poles as I've seen on anything. Obviously, you're not going to get aluminum poles for $30. Would I trust these poles at any state park or something where I can go to my car in case of emergency? Yes. I wouldn't want to trust them out. We're in Minnesota here, out in the boundary waters where I've got 6 days, and something goes wrong, I'm in trouble. So other things I like about it is I actually thought this was kind of cool. Little spot, take off your shoes and everything. Just keep stuff off the dirt. A lot of times when I'm out camping, I am just in a dirt pad, and if it gets wet, it turns to mud. So this is kind of nice. If you're at the state parks or anything, and you've got electricity at your campsite, you know, a little spot to run electricity into your tent is always kind of nice. And I think after setting it up once or twice, it's probably about a 6-7 minute setup. It's relatively lightweight too. I'd have to check, but if I remember right, it's about 7 pounds. We'll correct it in the video here. But let's step inside and take a look. I've got the gear bag here. Let's go see where this goes and check the inside of the tent out. So right off the bat, as I got in, I noticed that the door zips all the way down. Kind of nice for crawling in and out, but it doesn't go across like most doors would and then have a little tie on the side. Just goes down. It still has a tie. I don't know what you really need it for on the floor, and I'd be a little hesitant stepping on it and ruining it. I don't think that that's how I'd leave it set up, but you have to step over it no matter what because it's attached along the whole bottom. I don't know if that's a pro or a con yet. It feels like a con to me. Once we're inside here, looking around, it's a basic tent. You've got your gear bag here. You got a few ties for your lantern, little hook, anything like that. We've got our other gear bag that we can hook up in here. Yep, we can get that hooked across the top. If you want to put a lantern, anything like that. Right over the rain fly, we do have some no-see-um mesh. Well, it's not quite no-see-um. It feels definitely a little bit cheaper and definitely can see it. But some mesh here, get a little airflow through. Other than that, you're not going to get a lot of airflow in this tent with the rain fly on here. It could definitely get a little bit hot, a little bit stuffy. And we definitely cannot test its waterproofing right now. It's a nice sunny day. That'll be something for a rainy day. So as we look around, just the only real airflow you'd get with the rain fly on is the door. The door has some mesh with a little bit above the rain fly. You're not going to get any crosswind coming through at all, but you're going to get a little bit of air. And other than that, to get any airflow through here, you'd have to take the rain fly off. Another con here is we don't really have a tub bottom to it. So on most tents, if you can see back here, your flooring is going to come up for the first 6 to 8 inches or so on the side of the tent. And that's to prevent any water from coming in through stitches and seams on the ground. Right here, as it rains and water comes in, you've got stitching right here, and there's really no waterproofing right on this. I would expect in a big rainfall that could be a real problem around the outside of the tent. The floor also is literally a tarp. This looks like the kind of tarp you'd buy like in the tarp section of Walmart, just sewn into a tent. So after setting the tent up, it's, like I said, it's a $30 tent. So my expectations were incredibly low for this tent, and I would actually say it beat my expectations for paying $30. I thought I was going to get something worse that was completely unusable. Would I bring it out on a real camping trip? No, not a chance. I wouldn't do that. But I would get this as a tent for my kids in the backyard. I'd get it maybe for like I said, a local park. If you're going to just spend one overnight, the type where we've gone and we order pizza on our camping trips, this might be the type of tent you'd use. But I think my biggest recommendation would be a backyard tent for the kids. I wouldn't want to bring it out if there's any chance of poor weather or if I need anything to withstand a weekend of abuse. But that being said, at $30, it's a legit tent. So based on value, I give this thing a thumbs up. Well, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to see more tent reviews, camping videos, and camping gear reviews. See you next time.